Do you remember this place?
Shit, no. My memory's shit.
Well, let's hope we don't need another montage. Welcome back to Soulsmates, everybody.
Welcome back.
Everything's gonna be out of it. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you're actually gonna go over here and take care of this guy?
Well, for the amount of souls that we get from this, yes.
That altar, man.
Boosh.
The mighty boosh.
The mighty boosh.
Oh, you got a shard of dark moonstone too.
Yeah. Welcome back to Soulsmates, everybody. I think we've already said that.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna try and do this again. In between the last two episodes, we did get our Crescent Falchion up to +4, and we did get our straight longsword, or the regular longsword, to +5, and we did, and I +2'd the Night Shield.
Fancy shit.
Yep. And in case you want to know my farming run, I just did that a whole bunch of times. And we killed the, and I got 48 latent grass. And as much as Patience is a dick, oh shit, man.
Yeah, as much as he's a dick, he sells healing items for cheaper than anyone else. Did you forget that you had the thief ring on?
Yeah, I did actually. I was like, why isn't he aggroing? That the text got reach.
We went through all this before.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
You should put your crescent sword on.
These guys are weak to fire and slashing, or fire and blunt.
Oh. He's gonna knock you off the edge.
Not if I get him to roll off first. Mwah!
These guys are great.
Yep.
They just love to roll around and roll off the edge.
Okay. So the gold guys are weak to this.
To magic. You're actually gonna kill him, huh?
We're gonna try. Why not?
Hey, you might be able to pull just one.
Well, that's gonna be the hope.
Nope, never mind. They time those attacks great, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's actually impressive. They should go to America's Got Talent. What's your talent? We can swing our swords
Really well.
perfectly timed
Here, hold up shield once.
to just fuck over Cody as much as humanly possible. Okay, let's see it. Well, first we need an audience member named Cody, if you could.
Hold up the shield, please. Thank you. Chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop. See, I wonder if the manta rays that are flying around hate you because you're coming out of that cave with all the dead manta rays. You're like, you're that guy who like murdered everything. So fuck you and eat shit.
No, because they were trying to shoot me at the top too.
Not as much though.
I mean, yeah, as much. There's a lot more places to hide in the first part of this level.
I suppose. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here.
No, because I know
they seem like nice folks. You know, just,
I mean,
just
I know
flying around.
I know the final boss of this is a giant manta ray, so probably not.
Goddamn manta rays then.
Okay. Don't fall off the ledge this time.
That would be smart. Cody, I thought you said
Nope.
you weren't gonna jump
We're
off
not.
the
We're
edge.
not. We're not talking about it. I wanted to end today's recording session with a lot of sodium. Apparently.
Then it was great that you chose the Shrine of Storms, because this is the salt mine right here.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It's not even much of a mine because you don't even have to work for it. It just pours right out.
I think I determined why this makes me so salty. It's because you usually don't die because like I'm bad. It usually I die because I pushed the wrong button or.
Yeah, it is more.
Like, I'm sure if you go back and watch episode 10 and you count like all my deaths, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm sure
We did that.
I'm sure most of them are actually not from like
Most of them are from these two guys right here.
yeah.
There are plenty of fall deaths, but most of them are from these two fuckers right here.
I did not push that button, but okay. I would just like the record to show that I did not press square in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
But-
all right, okay.
But I will, however, take it.
You could probably run past them on the other side.
I need you to move. Thank you. So we just need to get out this door.
Yep.
So it's a good thing we haven't been going back and forth between human form and non-human form.
Making it super dark.
Yeah, because when you get super dark tendency, there's one of those gold fuckers standing right here, but he's a dark phantom version.
Oh. That would really suck.
Yeah. I got freaked out there for 2 seconds.
Same here. Like with one, I'm sure you could handle one just fine. Because it's literally when it's the two of them, they can synchronize all their bullshit.
Nope.
Cody, going down there's not a good idea.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to get back up here. Still trying to figure out if that's his finger, if that's a wand.
I still think it's a wand.
I think his finger is just really long.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, he's just got very bony fingers anyways.
I mean, he's a Grim Reaper. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of how that goes.
What are these ghost things? Are they just giggling ghosts? Is that what we've come to the conclusion?
I don't know. I just know that the Grim Reapers control them.
Maybe have summoned them? Maybe. Jesus Christ.
I'm not even sure what actually, like...
He kept on resetting somehow. Roly poly poly.
Yep.
Grind, grind, grind. Kill, kill, kill.
So... the lack of any type of like noise or audio cue when you like fall
What?
is a
You
bit.
just want like falling noise? Like,
I don't really want falling noise, but would like. Yeah, I don't know. Just like there's no like impact when you fall.
yeah, I suppose. No noise on impact, nothing.
I mean, to be fair, you don't make any noise when you like roll either.
It's an old game. There's definitely like the animation of like an impact.
Yeah, it's just like it'd be nice if there was something else to kind of go with that. I have a distinct feeling also, by the way, that if I was using like a bow, this game would probably be a little bit easier, or it like had more than just melee shenanigans.
I mean, this level might be easier, yeah. Especially like if you were a spell slinger. So you just be like pow and take him out. And then pow and he'd be dead too.
I think that's something I forgot. I can totally attack out of block.
Yeah, you can also like interrupt their wind up swing that just murders you.
Okay.
Did it only bring one?
We're about to find out.
Oh, you don't care.
Wait. Hold on.
You found his leash, I think.
Excuse me. What kind of horse shit is that? You will chase me to the ends of the fucking earth through that tunnel.
Yep. But they won't chase you the other direction, apparently. Although they have in the past. I guess they just won't go without a buddy. It's a buddy system thing. At least, you know, they're doing it right. They're following the rules. You know, don't go anywhere without a buddy.
This is the one who's the asshole. There we go.
Well, see, you're learning all these tricks to deal with all these guys.
Yeah. There's just no tricks to deal with the gold guys, which is the problem.
It's the lure them forward, bait their attack, and then run past.
Yep.
That's it.
I'm gonna bet that the Faltroin probably does worse against the
Reaper?
no, these guys.
What, you figured out everyone else's weaknesses, just not these guys?
No.
I guess it really doesn't matter because you only have to kill like 2 maybe. There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
More Dark Moonstone.
Except for need pure Dark Moonstone, which is a weird sentence to say.
Oh, that's right. You're at level 4, aren't you?
Yep.
Well, is that all you need is pure Dark Moonstone?
I don't know. I didn't look yet.
Because like every other level required shards and something else.
So I'm assuming I'll probably need the chunks and the pure. At some point in time, maybe off camera, I will come through here and... Well, you know what? We're down here. Let's just take a look, see what's down here.
Some slugs.
chunks. I wonder if these are. Nope, fire.
Fire for the win. Exploding flying worms. Would you say they're like Nidhogg's?
Yep. They're like the Nidhogg from Nidhogg. Sticky white stuff. I mean, gross.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Oh man, there's a lot.
There's a few there.
There's just a couple.
Here's an item. Storied Soldier's Soul. Okay, alright. Bunch of these jackasses. Spewing their whatever.
Pushing them doesn't work. just a heads up.
Oh! At least those fuckers, like, are gone when they explode. Nidhogg used self-destruct. It's super effective.
I mean, super effective is.
I knocked you on your ass. Good enough, right? Hitless.
Oh, that's what you were trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cutting grass. Swing, swing, swing.
The problem is their bodies are so bright that I can't tell if it's like. I thought there was a treasure over here, which is why I came over here.
There was, technically. There was one on a corpse that you didn't pick up.
Okay, so in theory that should be everything.
Sure. In theory.
Just gotta figure out how to get back out of it.
Probably the ramp. Gotta love the level designers. Let's design anything and everything to make it so that these players end up down there. Let's make floating worms which explode that knock you back. Let's try to make the ground awkward so you can't tell if you're gonna fall or not.
It is okay. So we were looking up. In all fairness, we were looking up like, is there a shortcut through here? It is a little strange that there is. Like, it is a so direct path that I get it. Like, it's not a hard run down here. It is just a bunch of bullshit.
Yep, a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. So.
All right, now no coughing. This guy he's got good hearing. So you gotta be very quiet.
What did we determine he was weak against?
Silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And firestorm.
Yeah. Yep, don't have that.
Well, I'm sorry, then you're fucked.
Although having...
and stay behind him, because he randomly attacks in front of him. I think you can move much quicker when you do the thief ring. You wait until he like randomly swings, and then move in, strike, and then run the fuck away.
Okay, that did 55 damage each. Jesus.
Told you to get the fuck away.
I
Jeez.
thought I was far enough away.
At least he doesn't hear you healing anymore. the last time. Get behind him. Go. Remember, he can't see you. So
I know.
What are you... Oh, you're gonna... Look
Okay.
at you,
So
being all ballsy. Changing your weapon in the middle of a boss fight.
So the Faltron did 65, by the way.
Which was more or less than the...
Which more?
More?
By
Okay.
10.
I can't even hear you when you're fucking swinging your sword. This does what, 110?
No, it's 55. So the Faltrons are our best bet.
Although it's like really hard to tell if you're actually hitting him or not. Yeah, this is the fight. Just wait until he attacks, hit him a couple times, run away, repeat.
Oh, no, no, not that one.
Oh man.
I thought for a second there I was still alive.
Yep. If you would have done that follow-up, you would have been fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's just a boss that requires patience.
Which I think we've determined I don't have a lot of.
It's right, nor do I.
Yeah, that's not a hard fight. That is just kind of, that is like a, it's much like the one thing we talked about.
The one thing we talked about?
Level 2 of Valley Defilement isn't like a bad area.
I don't know. It's fucking boring.
I mean, that's more so it. Like, it's not bad. It is just boring.
That and it's literally designed to like remove all advantages you might have. Like literally make it so you have to like be super aggressive essentially. Like so aggressive that you follow the enemy over the edge. Because otherwise you just get your ass kicked over and over.
Yep.
Because you can't dodge, so
Nope.
you can't, and you can maybe block one swing.
Yeah.
Against those big fuckers. So.
Yeah, it's basically like, hey, you know, all the stuff you use to get through the rest of the game, forget it.
I mean, you could parry, but again, I feel like parry is it's an offensive thing, anyways.
Which is very strange, because this game is, like, basically up to this point has taught you, like, hey, okay, here are the tools you need to get through this game, and a lot of it's, like, patience and use defense. You're finding you're having problems, and...
I think it's more or less it's keeping you well-rounded as a Souls player. Although I also think, like, if you play all of the Souls games as a more aggressive player, it's generally a good thing.
I'm confused. Not by what you said, by something that's happening off screen.
Try using soul remains against these guys once. See if you can lure one at a time. Access the lure item. You never know. I don't know if you want to necessarily throw it off the edge, but maybe if you throw it off the edge by them.
Oh, shit.
That's great. That is awesome. They didn't even care about you. Next level strats.
That maneuver there scares the shit out of me every time I do it, by the way.
You were off the edge. Woo. Jesus, I'm getting anxiety over here.
You're gaining anxiety.
Yeah, I'm the passenger.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that a gold guy comes here, you get dark world tendency. I'm like half expecting a guy to just show up one of these times on your way through.
Well, that won't happen because we're not alive.
Yes, but still. Oh. The laser beam of death.
Because the world tendency stuff only happens if you die when you're fully alive.
Yes.
There are a lot of interesting mechanics going on in this game. I think we've talked about before, but like...
Yeah, and we have agreed that not all of them are all that interesting. More of just... It's an annoying thing because they're like fully unexplained, really.
Well, like, I think that like the soul tendency thing could be cool, or the world tendency thing sounds like it's a really neat mechanic. It just has no like...
No explanation.
Well, you can look at all the Souls games and you can determine, like, okay, you can see the natural evolution of things, right? Like, we can see that here we've got healing items, and they said, okay, it's a little unfair to the player that if they run out of healing items, we've now forced them to go grind to get healing items.
Essentially.
So we solved that with SS5s, and then we stepped back a little bit because SS5s were a little too powerful in Dark Souls 1.
You just got so many of them.
You could just get so many of them at a time. You get 20 at a time.
But you also had no other healing items.
Yeah. So then, like, you scale that back, and we'll give you other tools in Dark Souls 2. And then in Dark Souls 3, they went, okay, that was almost too one direction, because then you could, like, completely mitigate some stuff just by using healing items. And so Dark Souls 3 created this, tit for tat kind of...
Well, they balanced it out by making you have to balance your healing with your
magic.
The ashen flasks.
Yeah, which is your mana. But then also they also did it by like you don't have that many in the beginning, and then you slowly just kind of get more as the game gets more difficult.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. By the way, that run was much easier.
The what? What?
That run.
Oh, yes. I heard that red one. I was like, what? What about red ones? I think you could run right towards him. It'd be fine. You gonna try to two-handle the longsword? Because I think we've found... Oh, I see what you're doing. That's a bad idea.
But the just standing here and enchanting my weapon as he's walking slowly closer to me?
Yeah. It does barely any more than your crescent Felchwine.
It was more of a curiosity experiment than it was a, like, this is for sure going to be the better way of doing this.
Yeah. I figured, but...
So I tell you why we really want to kill this guy right now, by the way.
I don't remember. You want his soul for something. Oh.
The boss weapon we get from his soul increases our drop chance.
So it makes farming easier.
Yes.
Yay, farming! People like, Stardew Valley, so...
This is true statement.
I'm so glad that when he's doing that overhand, it doesn't, like, hurt you on the beginning of that. Oh, he's getting a bit angrier.
Well, I would assume he could probably get more aggressive. Or else this fight would be really fucking boring.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of the strat, though, is take advantage of his giant weakness of not being able to see where you are. Because, I mean, if he could see where you are, I think this would be a much more difficult fight.
This would probably be a fight along the lines of, like, Artorias.
Yeah. Except I think he's got more health. This would be like a boss that you'd fight later in the game, even. It's getting angry.
So I think the other thing is I need to not just run myself out of stamina.
Yep. Because you need to be able to, like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Or possibly be able to use a shield. So I wonder if all these, like, skeletons on the walls are, like, more like him, but he's the one who, like, survived. Or if this is like a chamber and he was just hanging out up there.
Well, I think his body's the one that we find on the way in.
Wait, what? Do we find on the way in?
So there's the guy laying on the tombstone in front.
Oh, on the altar there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would make some sense.
So I was watching some Demon Souls and Dark Souls videos like I tend to do. And one guy was complaining that the reason why he likes Demon Souls better than Dark Souls, and kind of like the natural fall of what he thinks is the natural fall of the Souls games, is that, like, his whole point was that Demon Souls at least tried to be different a little bit.
Oh, fuck.
Like, the bosses weren't all just, hey, dodge to the right. Right? But so far I've been playing Demon Souls, most of these boss fights have not actually been, like, yes, this boss fight isn't just hug him and dodge to the right to dodge all of his attacks. Like, mechanically, this is kind of interesting fight. Because, yes, it's making me use other tools other than just, you know, like, oh, just go in and dodge and block. But the problem is, he's not... Shit. Like, this is this is a mechanically an interesting fight, but it takes too long. And by this point in time, I am like, okay, this is not a fight about skill. This is a fight about not
About patience.
yeah.
And patience wins. But again, I think this game does a lot to try to teach you like balance.
Yeah, like there are definitely interesting things here they're trying to do, and I get that. Like that fight mechanically is interesting in the fact, like, okay, most fights in this game, not even most fights, like every fight has a different gimmick, which is fine, but like that fight literally, like the first couple of times that I did that fight, I didn't lose because I'm not good at the game. I lost because I get impatient.
I think it was also because like it took a while to like learn the mechanic of the boss too.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, he's blind, he's walking around. Okay, how much noise is too much noise? It took forever to figure it out, and I was like, oh yeah, well you could throw the thief ring on.
Yeah, and that makes it
actually doable.
Which I mean that's the thing. Like the gimmick to that fight is, okay, how do I become the quietest I possibly can? Oh, I've got the thief ring, and that's remembering that you have the thief ring, and that part is cool, but and mechanically interesting. But then like I don't know how long we just spent creeping around him as he tried to. And maybe that's why there's no shortcut to that boss as well, because that would possibly trivialize that fight even more. Because all the challenge of that fight really comes down to getting to the boss if you die.
Well, I mean, it's like the boss right before that was the adjudicator.
Yeah, and he had a gimmick.
And the gimmick was, let's stab this spot on him for a bit until he falls over, and then stab the bird thing on his head, and then rinse and repeat. So
yeah,
I don't know. I prefer his, like, he's got a weakness that needs to be like exploited, but it's not like hit this one spot over and over and over while you take no damage. Essentially.
Yeah, like I'm not upset about like that fight. It literally is like cool. You're trying to do something mechanically interesting, and maybe that's like I can see why they maybe went like, okay, Dark Souls 1 has a good mixture of that kind of stuff. That like they have some hyper aggressive bosses. They have some bosses you kind of need to think about. There are bosses that you can make challenging or less challenging for yourself depending on how you go about doing it. But then also they have, but the bosses that everyone likes and remembers are the bosses that are like, okay, this is just a super intense fight.
I think one of my perfect boss fights is Dark Souls 2, and I know I'm already going to get people pissed off, but Dark Souls 2, the Pursuer, the first time. First time you fight him. Because
Rotten?
Huh?
Who? Oh, the Pursuer.
The Pursuer. So, yep, he is a very strong boss. You can fight him one-on-one. He floats around. He's mostly humanoid, but he floats around. He's got a pretty intense moveset. It takes a while for him to play out a combo. He is parryable. And then he's also got this additional mechanic that you can exploit, which is the ballista that are in the level, that are in that boss fight arena.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where, like, the thing that people like about the Dark Souls bosses is the, like, I'm trying to think of the best way of phrasing this. So, like, that fight was, like I said, it was mechanically interesting, but it's not actually that fun. Like, it doesn't test me in the way that like an Artorias fight tests me. Like Artorias to me is the like, oh hey, we are going to take everything you have learned to this point, and we are going to make you utilize every single part of your ability to do this fight. Like to me,
so when it comes to Artorias, like my takeaway from Artorias is he is an aggressive boss, but he's not hyper aggressive. He does become hyper aggressive.
Yeah.
But he's to start with, he's just an aggressive. He won't one shot you. But he does do a lot of damage.
he can one shot you.
Okay, on his like super telegraphed, really heavy strikes, yes. Whereas like this guy, his attacks are pretty telegraphed, yes. But at the same time, like he's got some moves where, like the explosion move, for instance, he'll explode, and he'll instantly follow it up, and kill you.
Which I think is where the like maybe where I'm saying like the mechanic interesting versus
Yeah, when you're building a boss fight encounter, it shouldn't feel unfair in the fact that they can take away your control and kill you.
which I mean some Dark Souls fights definitely are that way. However,
And those, to be fair, those are always the weaker fights.
Yeah.
Like everyone loves the big powerful bosses like Artorias, like Nameless King, freaking even the Abyss Watchers, the Pursuer is a big one. Like, these are bosses that don't take away your control. I think maybe Pursuer has one move that if you actually get hit by it, it'll take away your control, but it won't instantly kill you. It doesn't have an instant follow-up to it. I'm trying to think. I don't think Artorias takes away your control at all. He just beats the shit out of you.
it's the interesting thing about like one thing we've talked about when I've streamed Dark Souls before is I like to talk about the game design behind Dark Souls, and that's why the idea of making a Dark Souls pen and paper is an interesting idea to me. And ultimately, mechanically, it doesn't like creating a Dark Souls pen and paper doesn't work that great. It does work probably very well as a board game because it's some of the mechanics there work better towards that.
I mean, to be fair, I think that if you can make a board game out of something, you can make a pen and paper out of it.
Yeah, but there's some stuff there. The thing that like where I was going with this is that there's a difference between like in a video game when your control gets taken away, there's like almost a like, oh, that's unfair.
Yeah.
Whereas like
there's always a level of frustration.
Whereas like in a pen and paper, when your character gets taken away from you, there's still that unfair thing, but it is also the one fear as a like a player in Dungeons & Dragons. The one fear I actually have is losing control of my character.
Yeah.
And
so in a game like this, everything is about the speed of things. You are constantly in motion, you're doing actions constantly. And in a pen and paper, it's when it is your turn, you want to be able to do something.
Yeah.
You want to make a difference in the fight. You want everything you do to do something, which is why it's almost worse in pen and paper when control is lost for the player, because suddenly you have a whole turn which you want to do something with, but you can't.
Yeah, and it's the weird. It's like it's this weird one rule, and I don't know how I feel about it. So when it comes like this, there aren't a ton of bosses that are like, yeah, okay, let's take your control away from you. I hate that thing. The one boss that is like, I can't even think of a boss that is that like you no longer have control.
Well, there are bosses that do that, but it's never like if this happens, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It is if this happens, it really sucks, but you're not instantly fucked because of it. It's like Bed of Chaos. I think no, the only thing in Bed of Chaos is that you can fall down in the pit. I guess you could maybe count that because the other stuff in the area could knock you off. That would be the thing I could think of for that, but
I think the thing. Okay. We need to do this quickly, so I know.
Hello there.
you need a talisman.
I know. I just need to get out of there. Trying to think where my train of thought was going. The thing I think to me is that, like, you look at the fight of the ceaseless discharge, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's two ways of doing that fight, and there's the cheese way, which everyone calls the cheese way, but like the ceaseless discharge is like it's like the fights in here that the one guy I was watching was praising. It's like, here's a mechanically interesting way of taking on this boss. But then in Dark Souls, that's seen as the like easy, cheesy way to do that.
Oh, the reload or whatever, the boss.
No, the technically proper way to kill Ceaseless Discharge, like the one that is the like, this is how you're supposed to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Is you're supposed to steal the clothes and then run all the way back to the door, and then he'll get his arm stuck, and then you can kill him in 3 hits.
Yep.
To me, that, like, I would almost prefer like that to the fight we just had with the guy, because that's almost back to the like.
Well, that's almost like, oh, I found the mechanic, and okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Essentially. Now you need 200 souls.
Don't waste.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure we'll continue to have this conversation when we do, as we play through the games. Like, I'm learning stuff, like we talked about a little bit earlier with the healing items and the game, them learning stuff throughout the games.
You need a bit more. You need 640.
What be your need? If it be a blacksmith, then show me some coin.
So it'll be interesting to kind of see how like boss mechanics evolve in all of that shenanigans.
If it be a
Yeah. The thing that Demon Souls does have going for it is that there's tons of variety in everything.
We could get this to +5 very easily.
Yeah,
Or
you
+4.
You need 18,000 souls
Yeah.
to buy them all.
all done? Let me go.
Maybe we'll do that off camera. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how I feel when we finish this game and we move to Dark Souls and we play some Dark Souls. Because I don't know. So far, like, I know everyone loves Demon Souls, and there's some things I like about Demon Souls, but there are a lot of stuff here that I'm just like, this is not a great experience. You can definitely tell, like, oh, this is the first out. And Dark Souls is definitely the refinement.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
She's blind.
I know.
You have the thief ring on. Come on.
Fair enough.
Did we want to? Can you go past that guy, the boss you just beat?
Oh yeah. I was gonna go do that. That's actually try to find that archstone. It's almost like the thing that they did in 4th edition of Dungeons and Dragons,
Where they changed everything up?
Well, no, it's more so like, yes, but the thing with Dungeons and Dragons is that when you got higher levels in that game, right, or when you start fighting more difficult creatures in 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, I missed the cinematic.
Cutscene.
One of the rabbits is very excited about this.
Oh yeah.
It's like a flying crustacean.
Why do you get crustacean from this? I feel like it's like an armored moth.
Maybe all the tentacles, and the orange and yellow eye,
Sure. All right.
and the chicken wing or the chicken arm things up front. But like 4th edition, to get back to that conversation, became about like when bad guys scaled in that game, they scaled on. They just became meat shields, right?
Yep.
Like that was it. You wanted to make a creature more difficult in 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons, you just gave it more health. And like, not saying that that guy had too much health, but it was just kind of like, okay, this mechanic is not very fun because literally I'm just exploiting this one like weakness over and over again. I probably would have liked the fight better if I had if something else had happened, like if he had actually gotten more aggressive,
Or maybe if the mechanic that you're exploiting didn't take effect anymore.
Yeah.
For something, like, oh, you got him to 20% health remaining, so he's no longer blind. Oh, this is a dick move. Let's put crystal lizards in a boss fight.
Not sure what that was, but
Doesn't matter. Storm Ruler.
Yep. Okay. I do think it's incredibly interesting they chose to call the weapon in Dark Souls 2
Storm Ruler.
Storm Ruler.
Well, it does the same thing.
Yeah, apparently I need to equip it.
Yep. You need to do it quick. This is basically the screw you, Storm King. I am the real ruler here.
Yeah. But once again, like, let's talk about mechanic. Like, okay, here's the mechanic for this fight.
Another one that's like, I mean, this one is one of those, you just wander around the boss arena long enough and you'll figure it out.
Which, that's why probably some people were upset about the giant boss fight in Dark Souls 3, was that it was the same thing.
It was wander around the boss arena long enough.
Yeah,
and you
like,
figure
oh,
it
I'm not doing any damage. How can I do damage? Oh, look, there's this...
So, no, the giant, Yorm the Giant, you can beat him without the Storm Ruler, without ranged weapons. It's hard, but you can do it. And I say this because I've actually done it. It's one of those boss fights where you just gotta hug his ankle, and then beat his ankle up a bunch, and then eventually he'll like lean down, and then you hit his head. And when you attack his head, you do a ton of damage. So there's that.
That works.
They booped. Oh, Storm King's here. He came to say hi. Tell you to eat shit.
The one thing I found cool about the Yorm the Giant fight, though, was
Coming.
that, like, if you could do Siegfried, Zigmeyer's, whichever Sieg is that one, right?
Yep.
Like, there's the hint on how that boss fight works. Is
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's also one of those things where if you just distract Yorm in that fight, if that's all you do, like he will end up killing Yorm by himself with the Storm Ruler. Dodge! One more! Some Cloudstone.
So, one interesting thing about this one is that you technically can totally screw yourself over in this fight.
By dropping down in that one area?
Well, no. If you don't have enough inventory space for the Storm Ruler, you won't be able to pick it up, and then it will disappear.
That would royally suck.
Yeah. I don't think I can get that item.
I wouldn't even bother with it. It's not important. You should go touch the Archstone first before you do anything else.
I just don't want to make sure it doesn't just automatically teleport me back. Okay.
It won't. Hey, there you go.
Yep. Ba ba
Ba ba ba?
ba 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 ba. See if there's anything else we can pick up. I would say this is a productive episode.
Yeah, we got a Soul of an Archdemon.
Yeah.
So you can progress in World 1 now.
Yeah. I don't know if we will.
Why not?
I guess we can.
Let's just give it a try.
I'll make sure there's nothing else to pick up before we go back.
There's this item over here. It's the item where I don't know if you can get back up. Oh, you can actually. There's a... There's a message for him.
I need to find the store. Okay, let's go. Let's go talk to the lady, and I think we'll call this an episode.
We should see if Chief Yurt's around.
We should see if Chief Yurt's around. I would like to talk to that man, and hope he doesn't kill any of my NPCs. He just has that vibe about him.
Yes, a vibe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That Lotric, I'm gonna go kill the Firekeeper vibe. You know, that vibe.
Oh, don't worry, there's no Firekeepers here.
Oh, okay.
So I think you're all good.
I haven't talked to Ostrava in a long time. Hi.
What's up,
Here
dude?
in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the last hero. The two swords are Demonbrand and Soulbrand. One sword banishes that which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The last hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the everlasting one, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, legends are all we can depend upon.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a legend. That's when you're supposed to like smack him around, but okay, I see how it is.
You, have you seen my corporeal flesh? Has my body gone
He's gone.
rotten?
What's the term I'm looking for? Crestfallen.
Thank God. I was worried.
Yes, yes, he has.
So what does Cloudstone do?
It improves the Storm Ruler, probably.
No, it's its own upgrade path. I just don't know what the upgrade path is.
We are indebted to you, for you fight on our behalf. I can.
We can buy Shards of Heartstone. We should do that and upgrade the sword one more time.
What's the hurry?
I think we need a
Where you
plus.
off to?
I don't know what we need
Have you...
to go to a special weapon, like a demon weapon. It requires like a +9 weapon.
Oh.
Or +5.
Well, it's +5 now. I think it was +4, actually.
To go to a...
Yeah.
Oh, she has Swords of Archstone.
Not that you need those.
Not anymore, no.
Well, do as you please.
Where is she? Oh, there she is.
She's laying down.
I'll touch the demon inside you.
Magic powwow.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel.
That's
Let
tempting.
strength be granted so the world
Not
might be
tempting
mended.
enough.
I think we're almost
So
the part where
world might be mended.
I'll probably stop putting into strength.
And do what, Dex?
I don't know.
I think your Felchoin scales on Dex, doesn't it?
We should maybe take a look at that before I make any
I shall
decisions here.
await
We didn't
thy
see yours yet,
return,
have we?
slay-
No. We haven't explored the whole area either.
Oh, so yours. I wonder if yours won't show up until we finish that area.
Thou seek then
The tower?
Yeah.
Check your weapons.
I shall await thine return, slayer of demons.
Yep. I'm
I
betting
am
actually
here
doesn't
for thee, in thee
scale off of
only.
Dex because I think once you enchant a weapon, it removes the scaling from the weapon.
I thought it just decreased the scaling.
Okay, so normal launcher is a D and an E,
Mm-hmm.
and removed. For the fire,
Oh yeah, it is totally
and
removed.
then totally removed. Oh,
Oh no, you get int. I think that's int. You could totally check.
Thou seek then soul of the mind, keep
That's
your
magic, yep.
life's ether. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel.
you know,
Let strength
we
be
could go
granted so
up the
world
magic.
might be mended.
like a weird strength magic
So
build.
the world might be mended.
I mean, you're not putting any points in Dex, so you could. Really wanted to.
It has an A scaling with magic.
It's true.
And
It
the
was magic and not
Await
faith,
thy
right?
return,
Yeah.
Slayer of demons.
Slayer of Demons.
I am here for
Yep.
thee, in thee only.
Yep.
All right. Yep, we get it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, yeah, it does have an A scaling.
Yeah.
Because it is magic attack.
It is tempting.
I mean, what are your plans for stats otherwise?
I have no idea. Like in
So,
this
yeah.
game, I have no freaking clue. So
Could always just up endurance, get some more stamina.
Soul of the mind, key
Get up,
to
up
life's
go
ether.
up the
What
like,
does intellect do for you? That is spell memory, MP, and physical defense. Okay. You really don't need any more of
faith
that.
is the same thing. The only reason why I'd want to go into up is if I want to use like another spell.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm not using enchant weapon right now because I just am using a magic falchion.
Yep.
So
Did you see what the sword did before?
Art thou done?
that was 109
Main thine
on the magic stat. That's what I wanted to do. So it was 109 plus 21, and now it's plus 31. So we got 10 extra points.
Okay.
For
Four
levels.
points. You got 10 more damage.
Yep.
It's not too bad, I suppose.
Plus increased physical defense.
Yeah. And now it does more base damage than the fire sword.
Yeah. So we got 3 decent weapons right now. So I'll be interested to see. Let's go talk to our buddy here and just scope some things out, and then I think we call it an episode.
Yeah.
Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo.
Du-du-du-du-du-du.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I really want to get a +4 dragon sword so we can go into the Valley to Fauna and just not give a fuck. That's my whole plan, by the way.
If it be a
You make it sound like that's just gonna, like, unlock the world for you.
Okay, so we'll have to look up.
I'm pretty positive it had to be +4 because that was when we could create the dragon longsword or the enchanted longsword or whatever.
Yeah, but I guess only one soul affects one. I don't know. I could go use some hard souls and get the 3 shards of, or the 6 shards of dragon stones we need.
Yep.
don't.
Waste your time, item. Boosh. We can do that off camera, though.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I think it was a really good episode. If you think so, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That's something we haven't told you guys to do in a while.
And if you haven't, you should go do it because it's awesome.
And sincerely, like, if you do like this series and you have friends who you think would be mildly interesting or would help contribute to this, definitely send it their way. I would appreciate that. See you next time, everybody.
Thanks, guys.